Next up is Defect. Let's do that. Alright, random common relic, transform 2 cards, colorless card, or swap out for a boss relic. I like random common relics quite a bit for Defect. I'm not a huge fan of boss relic swaps. I know some people are. We have a Fire Elite Fire here, but we only get 2 elites in the act if we're willing to fight a Mega Elite. Which we may be. We get 3 fights there, 2 question marks before the Elite section. We could do basically the same thing and hit this Elite Fire Elite thing instead. That can go poorly for us. If we get hurt really badly in this Elite, we have to go to question mark Fire. And I guess we can still get 2 elites in the act if we do that. 3 elites in the act is only available if we go far left, so maybe we want to go far left. Yeah, actually, let's. So that's 4 fights before the first elite. Let's see what the common relic is. Toy Ornithopter. That gives us a lot of sustain. I think if we go to 4 fights, we'll find a potion. We'll probably make it through 3 elites. I think that's a good outcome. Oh, we can see intentions again. So now we can now we get to know that we're taking 7 on the very first turn of the game. I feel like Defect is louder than the other classes. I'm like reaching for my volume controls on switching classes. Is this lethal? It is. Cool. Only attack offered on floor 1 is Go for the Eyes. I don't hate Go for the Eyes. It's really good against Gremlin Knob. Costs 0, so if we end up doing all-for-one stuff, we can get it back, although that's sort of dubious value. Can peel artifact charges off of sentries, although artifact charges aren't usually super important for Defect. It's really good against the Heart, weirdly, even though he doesn't have any eyes. Although I will point out that whoever is featured in the art for Go for the Eyes does not have any pupils. There's no structure in this eye, it's just like all white. In the beta art, it's clearly Time Lord. But it looks like it's like a cultist here. Maybe cultists have bird eyes. Bird eyes are kind of featureless, right? They're just like black voids. Whatever. I think we'll take it. But cultists have black eyes, like birds. I guess this is their mask, but still. Kaka. Alright, hopefully go lethal next turn. And we do. A power pod. Amplify. Hologram. Compile driver. Amplify's kind of nuts. Seems like a really aggressive pick. Probably compile driver here. Compile driver is card draw. We have a 0-cost card. So that makes a lot of sense. Hologram is good if we get all-for-one stuff. But the only card that tells us we want all-for-one stuff is Go for the Eyes, which isn't even that good with all-for-one. So I think we go with Compile Driver. A little bit more reliable. It's a damage card. We can get lethal on him if Dualcast decides to bless us with a kill. It's like that. I guess we're just gonna do this. Because I want to block and weaken him. Okay. Taking 1. Cold Snap seems good. We picked a compile driver, so having multiple different orb types is really good. Second Go for the Eyes I think is quite bad. Alright, luckily this is not a fight. If this had been a fight, we'd be in big trouble going into 5 fights and then an elite. We've only got 1 potion slot, but I'm tempted to buy 3 potions just because we have Toy Ornithopter. And if 2 of them are instantly drinkable, then we can just drink them and get a bunch of health. So we're paying, like, we have to pay at least 20 gold because this is a stupid option. So we're paying sort of 20 gold for the chance. We can play 10 gold for a chance of a drinkable potion. And what are the drinkable potions? There's fruit juice, there is Wow, there's really not that many, is there? Is it just fruit juice? I guess I have to look at potions. Yeah, it's just fruit juice. It's the only one I can drink right now. Okay, well, I mean, we still get, like, we get better potions if we buy more. So I'll buy more. Alright, I think it's just going to be liquid memories. Maybe attack bot's better than liquid memories? I think it's liquid memories just so that we can, like, pick a better attack, and then liquid memories that attack. Maybe it is attack bot. Attack bot reduces the cost of the thing to 0, which is kind of insane. Alright, I think I've talked myself into the attack bot. I think we can attack bot over liquid memories has got to be wrong, right? This is like raising alarm bells. Is attack bot really better than liquid memories? We just don't have anything good to pull back. Just because it's so early, I think attack bot's better. Huh. First hard pool fight is a looter. Let's play the cold snap to block a little bit and draw some cards. I think we're on a pretty good slope here, so we're gonna go ahead and defend, try and save some health. Go for the eyes is great. We've mostly blocked out, which need to get some damage so we can kill him. He is running, but not fast enough. Loop, Charge Battery, Doom and Gloom. Loop is amazing. We have a Cold Snap, so we can get a Frost Orb, put it in front, do some stuff. Do the standard focus-based Defect deck thing. Charge Battery is nice too. I think I'm going to take the Loop because we're going to go fight some elites, and if those elites are Gremlin Knob, we don't want Charge Battery anywhere near our deck. If the elites are sentries, maybe we want the Doom and Gloom. It's a lot of damage. Okay, we're pretty full health, so I think we're pretty comfortable taking these two elites. I'm not committed to the third one yet, but hopefully. It is Gremlin Knob. Turn 1 Power Pot versus Gremlin Knob. We could get like Bias Cog. Bias Cog's good. Electrodynamics is great. It also heals us for 5. Yeah, let's go ahead and drink it. Buffer's okay. Static Discharge is kind of fine. Machine Learning. Machine Learning gets us attacks more frequently. So Buffer blocks for 8. Static Discharge probably only channels 1 Lightning Orb. And Machine Learning draws us 1 extra card. Huh. Maybe we buffer and then block the first attack. I don't think we're equipped to block the first attack though. I guess Go for the Eyes, Cold Snap, Double Defend does it. I mean, buffer just blocking for 8 is pretty good, right? Okay. Oh my god, we did get it. So we can protect the buffer here. Cold Snap is always happening. Can we defend the buffer? So we block for 10, 12 total. He's weak. He gets 6 strength. He normally attacks for 8. So he's attacking for normally 14, but he's weak, so he loses 3 attack. Goes to 11, but we're blocking for 12, so we block it out. Okay, so we block out this turn, buffer next turn, and then the turn after that kill him. Seems great. Alright, we don't care about his damage this turn, so we can play dual cast if we want. Let's go ahead and compile driver before we dual cast, because we don't want to redraw that. In fact, maybe we don't dual cast at all. Because we have a strike. And we're currently doing 6 damage a turn with the looped lightning orb. So we're only doing like 4 positive damage, which is less than 6, because it does. It's going to do 3 more damage this turn, and then 6 damage next turn. Whereas if we evoke it now, it does 16. I guess we're doing 7 net damage, which is more than strike. Are we killing him next turn? So this is doing 9 damage. This is doing 6. That's 15. He's down to 23. We would need the attack pot to do 23. And if we do dual cast instead, we do 16 now, and then he's at 22. We'd still need the attack pot. So we're going to need the attack pot either way. I guess let's just see what the attack pot is now. That's Doom and Gloom. Well, this should get us lethal with either approach. But I'll take this one because it's more damage. But also block for more if it doesn't work. But it did work. We get an Eternal Feather for our troubles. Our first 2 relics are both sustain relics. Storm's kind of interesting. We already have a loop. Just play a Oops All Powers. The problem with Oops All Powers is you want to block with Frost Orbs, but then the powers don't ever generate Frost Orbs. They only ever generate Lightning Orbs. Yeah, Coffee Dripper would be insane. White Beast Statue also would be nice. Just for the Toy Ornithopter interaction. We don't have to pick any of these, because we are about to go into a campsite with 15 cards, so we're going to heal for 9 here. So what I'm saying is we're already at the 15 card breakpoint, so picking one of these does not give us an additional 3 health. It seems like we have enough damage. We came through that fight smelling like a rose here, so pretty likely we're going to go fight the 3rd elite. That was Gremlin Knob, so we should take things that are helpful for Lagavulin and Sentries. Charge Battery is probably what we're looking for Sentries, and against Lagavulin, probably Ball Lightning. And then maybe long-term, like Act 3, we want Storm. So I don't think we probably want Storm yet. Maybe Storm later. If we have a bunch of powers, or like a Creative AI, or Echo Form, or something. I think for now we probably just pick Charge Battery. Yeah, Charge Battery helps set things up. We already have a bunch of card draw with Compile Driver and 2 orb types, so getting extra energy to draw through the deck makes a lot of sense. We also just fought Gremlin Knob, so our next fight can't be Gremlin Knob. And Gremlin Knob is the best reason to not pick Coffee Dripper. Loop has an absolutely insane upgrade. We were trying to estimate like the percentage buff that cards get earlier, and Loop clearly gets a doubling upgrade, which is insane. Go for the Eyes has a good upgrade too, but it's not nearly as good as Loop. Alright. It is Sentries. Sentries is probably the hardest Act 1 elite fight for Defect, because your Lightning Orbs are sadly misdirected. I think I just want to use the Go for the Eyes for damage. I don't really care about the debuff. We're going to go ahead and take damage before we drink the Explosive Pot, but we're definitely going to drink the Explosive Pot this fight. It's possible to get lethal on this Sentry with the Explosive Pot here. But we need Dual Cast to help us out a little bit. And it did. So we can double strike him to death. Seems worth it. Okay. Charge Ready Loop plus Cold Snap seems like a pretty automatic selection there. Can I get 1 attack? No. Fine. Okay. Fair enough. All the days is first. I see how it is. Wow. we have all the sustain. Toy Ornithopter, Eternal Feather, Blood Vial. There's only a couple left. There's like Pantograph, Meal Ticket, White Beast Statue are like the only other marginal healing relics. Weird. Meat on the Bone, that's fair. Good point. There's probably another one. Yeah, they're trying to make sure I win this one. They're like, oh, you're doing a 3 elite fight route. Here's all the healing, so you can do it. Rebound's a good card. We've already got some decent attacks. Compiled Verb, Cold Snap, Go for the Eyes. Mostly these two are doing the damage. Need to be ready for Gremlin Knob again, or Lagavulin, which are both the sort of like the race fights where you want to have the most damage available. And Rebound does a lot of damage. Rebound really shines in like claw decks. I do like Rebound Compile Driver quite a bit. Put something on top and then draw it. Although you basically need a 0-cost card to pull that off, or like 5 energy. Bloody Idol, yep, that's a good one. Let's see. Is there any decent downside to picking Rebound? We have like an attack common in the deck, is basically the downside. Pick a second charge battery. Be like all into getting expensive stuff. I think second charge battery is bad because if we find a Glacier, we wouldn't want to pick it because we have too many defensive tools. I think I'll just take a Rebound just to respect Gremlin Nub. It's not really particularly helpful, but... Omamori. So Omamori and Sapphire Key is such a weird decision in Act 1, because like, the biggest reason to pick Sapphire Key in Act 1 is so that you can pick Curse Key later, but then if you pick Omamori, then you're also able to pick Curse Key later. And it's like, is Omamori better than Sapphire Key for picking Curse Key later, or is it worse? It's very difficult to tell. I'll take Omamori. One of the best Omamori events is an Act 1 event, which is the Warped Tongs event. Is that Act 1? I always encounter it in Act 1, but maybe that's any act. Ominous Forge, yeah, so it's in any act. Okay. I'll take Omamori anyway. There's lots of things that give you curses. And let's go for that 3rd elite. Okay. Charge battery's happening. Let's target the guy who's buffing. Let's see what Dualcast wants to do. Alright, he wants to kill him. I can respect that. Cool. Perfect Fungi Beast fight. There's a Bias Cog. That's usually a pick. We have a loop. Already some pretty clear indications that we want to do focus stuff. Okay. Come on in, Bias Cog. The water's fine. Maybe we should have taken that, that Storm. No, I was going to get offered a Bias Cog. Full Snap Defend needs to happen. We're taking 6. It's a little bit too low for Block Pop to be good. Go ahead and rebound the Defend just to make sure I have Defend available next turn. Is Bias Cog Zap lethal? I think it is, yes. Okay. There's probably a multitude of lethals that were available there. I want a Glacier, but I'm not against the second Cold Snap. It's a lot of damage commons. We've got 4 already. I think we're gonna past the cold snap. Same for Sweeping Beam and Beam Cell. No, thank you. Awful lot of damage here. Do we try and race Lagavulin? Do we just like Bias Cog, Compile Driver Strike right now? I think getting Loop up first would be nice. Loop and Zap. And then we'll play Bias Cog later. Maybe Bias Cog gets a Frost Orb too. It's pretty useful. I guess Charge Battery could set up for a good split next turn, maybe. Probably doesn't matter. Alright, we have to wake him up this turn because there's no point in waiting. So I guess Loop is not happening, but Zap is. And we can, in fact, rebound the Zap. So that we'll get a full set of orbs there. I'll go ahead and dual cast 2. That sort of rotates the Frost Orb forward 1 since we're getting a Cold Snap next turn. Okay. Loop's always happening. Cold Snap, Zap, Rebound, Cold Snap. What are we doing? Rebound Cold Snap does 3 damage, whereas the Zap, or it does 9 damage, whereas the Zap does 3 per turn. So it'd take a while for the Zap to catch up, although the Zap would catch up eventually. Rebound Cold Snap also puts a Cold Snap on top of the deck. Pretty sure either way we're drinking the block pots. Let's do that before I forget. I think I just like Cold Snap Zap. Wait for that Bias Cog to rotate around. There's the Bias Cog. This is 24 damage with the dual cast. Plus 7 would be 31, not lethal. Not by a lot. So let's just Compile Driver and probably defend. And we're gonna let Bias Cog do most of the rest of the work. Okay. Happy Flower. Reinforced Body is excellent. Chaos is here too. Whenever I do a run below Ascension 15, I do have a Chaos Plus in the wall. I could hand myself Chaos Plus. I never see that event because I never do Ascensions below 20, but I do have a Chaos Plus in there somewhere. Someday I want to put like a Blasphemy Plus in the wall. Just be like, have fun. Future Ironclads. Yeah, I mean, Reinforced Body is just like a busted card, so let's take it. Alright. We'll take a Cultist Potion. Heat Sinks is pretty terrible. Take Apotheosis. We're pretty behind on upgrades. We've only got the Loop Plus. Apotheosis feels really nice to get upgraded. We're probably upgrading a card here because we're pretty well positioned for Slime. So if we took the Apotheosis, we'd probably upgrade it. How ogre-like would a 60 strength Divinity Ironclad be? Yeah, very, right? Be a lot of damage. We could take the Deep Breath in memorandum of the previous run. We could take a Matryoshka to show off that I know how to pronounce that word now. Cauldron's kind of fun. We've got Toy Ornithopter, so we could potentially find a drinkable potion, drink it, jam 2 more potions into the slots. If we do that, we're probably taking a card remove. I think Apotheosis is way better than anything else at this shop. Okay. I guess I'll buy a colorless potion. We have the Toy Ornithopter, so might as well. Ooh, Scrap Ooze. Okay. Yeah. If we do another one, I think we have to rest. We have reinforced body. It's possible we can survive the... No, we'd have to rest. Okay, well, I'll rest. That's fine. For a blue candle, yay! Oh wait, we have Eternal Feather. Yeah, we're fine, we're fine. So we can smith the Apotheosis. Okay, we're in good shape. Hopefully. We might die. You never know. Loop and Striker happening. Charge Spider versus Strike. I don't know what I would want to do with 4 energy next turn, so we'll start. Okay, there's the Apotheosis. Do we colorless pop before we Apotheosis? If we do, we get the colorless card upgraded. I think we'll just save that one for an emergency later. We don't know what we want that to be yet. Alright, so we can do that and then rebound the Cold Snap. Okay. Hopefully draw some blocky stuff. Cold Snap Defend makes us survive. Bioscog also blocks here. Let's see if Colorless Pot can give us like block or weak or something. Nope. I guess I'll take Sadistic Nature, but I don't know why. Actually, do we apply any debuffs? Maybe we just take Dramatic Entrance. Yeah, we have 0 debuffs, so that's probably not a good idea. Okay, alright. Well, wait, no, we have Go for the Eyes. So it makes Go for the Eyes hit for 6. If we take Dramatic Entrance, do we ever get lethal? So, Dramatic Entrance plus 8 damage from this lightning, plus 9 damage from this. So it's 6 plus 8 is 14, plus 9 is 25. So actually, yes, we would split him, but we would split him in like kind of the worst possible way. I guess Cold Snap is in there too. Cold Snap also hits for 9. So it's not terrible. Also having Bioscog and then having the Lightning Orbs hit again next turn is okay. Alright, I guess we'll do that. It's better than taking 38, right? We can play the Ascender's Vein. Combo. Okay. Compiler draws a couple cards. Are we trying to split the Acid Slime here? That's where my mouse wants to go. If we get him to 33 or below, he splits. Let's attack him and see what the cards are. End of turn, he gets hit by a Lightning Orb, so I don't want to go for the Ice Hand unless I have to. Doesn't look like I have to. Maybe I do, though. Maybe I dual cast and see where the orbs go. Probably splitting him after that. Okay. Oh, I guess not. Okay, so now he can't get hit with an orb at the end of the turn, unless I play Zap. But I will play Zap. And then what? Strike Reinforced Body? Blocks out. But who am I striking and why? Because if either one of them gets hit with a Lightning Orb, and I have struck that one, then they're splitting. So we'll go ahead and just strike this guy. If he splits, we just avoid Frail. Oops, I took damage. That's wrong. Yikes. All the slimes are here. Let's get a good split on Acid Slime while we can. These are some very healthy slimes, and I am running out of focus here. we have all upgraded cards, so we'll probably be okay. Okay. We want that lightning orb in front before the focus wears off. So I guess, like, next turn. These are generating 4 block at the end of the turn, so we're up to 15. So we need a reinforced body for 1. Okay. Apotheosis is so good. Just saving my life. Kill him with that. Strike him. And finish the fight. Alright, we got there. Creative AI, Meteor Strike, or Rainbow. Creative AI plus Apotheosis is pretty cute. You get a bunch of powers that you don't want to play and then Apotheosis them and make it way better. Is that good though? Creative AI itself gets decosted, which is pretty important. Okay, I'll take Creative AI. Trying to do a focus deck. We passed on a Storm and an Amplify this run already, so Creative AI could have had some really fun friends, but we took like Compile Driver and Cold Snap over those, so we needed those to get through Act 1. Alright, Astrolabe, Philosopher's Stone, and Curse Key are here. Curse Key is great. We have Omamori and Blue Candle, so like, I guess all the curses? I'm not even sure if we're ever going to get anything out of that Blue Candle. Actually, was Sapphire Key an option for that Blue Candle? Why did I take the Blue Candle? Maybe it was an elite. Oh yeah, that's right. The Sapphire Key was Omamori, I remember now. Astrolabe could get rid of some strikes, give me some fun stuff. Astrolabe's a little bit worse since we have an Apotheosis already, so we don't really need upgraded cards that badly. But just getting rid of strikes is good. If this was Pandora's Box, it'd be really, really good. Pandora's Box plus Apotheosis is super nice. Philosopher's Stone is nice too, but I think it's going to be Curse Key here. Alright. Not very much money, so we're dodging shops here. Looking for question marks. Question marks have bites in them. Bites are good. There's a lot of question marks here on this left route. Only problem is we have to go through a Mega Elite. Okay. We can give that a shot. Other paths we could do are like this little wiggle route and like these 3 elites. It's kind of a lot. I've been dying a lot in Act 2 recently. I think maybe my Act 2 pathing is a little bit too aggressive. Alright, let's take the Mega Elite and no others. See how that works out. Alright. We don't really need Creative AI in this fight a ton, so we'll just try and block out until it's time for that. That puts the Frost Orb in front. I guess I'm actually going to restart the fight so that I can get 1 plated armor damage done. I didn't count properly. I didn't think I was going to play a dual cast. Okay. Ouch. Reinforced Body blocks out if we give it 3 energy. I guess 2 is pretty close to blocking out too. I'll go ahead and strike Rebound the Reinforced Body. Block most of the damage, get a plated armor damage, get Reinforced Body up again for next turn. Ooh, okay. There's Apotheosis. Kabam! Do we play Bioscock here? Seems like the fight's probably going to be over in time. Okay. Hey, Smoke. How's it going? We could rebound the Go for the Eyes and then compile driver and play it again. That's kind of neat. We'd get quite a bit of plated armor damage. Okay. You just finished your unlock and started climbing Ascension. Congratulations. There's a long and enjoyable road in front of you. It's gotten a lot of fun out of this game. And a lot of inspiration. I'm a game developer, so this is a great model for what a successful video game looks like for me. FTL hologram charge battery. We have Apotheosis. Apotheosis and hologram are pretty good. Hologram needs an upgrade. Go back and get reinforced body or something. Hey, Diamond Sep. You always fight your strong elites in the first floor. So, the bonus stats scale with each floor, or are they constant? Yeah, I think you're talking about what I call mega elites. These elites with the fire around them. The bonuses scale per act, so it's not per floor. But if you fight them in Act 1, they'll have different bonuses than the other acts. It's interesting that you always fight them on the first act. I guess if you said in the first floor, then you're probably referring to floors as acts. I refer to each step as a floor, and I think the little stair icon supports that interpretation. Yeah, I'm with S-Smoke. I usually leave them for Act 3, although currently I'm doing one in Act 2, and I did one in Act 1 earlier today, so clearly it's worth changing them up. But by the time you get to Act 3, you're usually in really good shape against them, or you're dead. Let's see, do we ever take charge battery here? The problem with taking hologram is that we just have a lot of block cards. Cold Snap, Reinforced Body, Charge Battery. But I do like hologram quite a bit. I guess with Creative Eye, Bias Cog, and Loop, we don't have that many cards in the discard. You know what we do sometimes though? We could not play Bias Cog and then play hologram to get Bias Cog and then play it. So I think I like that little dimension. Hey, Eldergrim. Or Ender. Excuse me, Endergrim. If we read, we could get some power synergy stuff, like an Echo Form, or Amplify, or Storm. Those things would all be good because we have Creative AI and Apotheosis. If we sleep, we heal for 14. Pretty useful health, considering we're going to go fight a Mega Elite. I think if we're going to go fight a Mega Elite, we need the power, though. So let's read some books. Defrag, genetic algorithm. Those are kind of the big power outliers that I see. Hey, thanks to the follow, Savage Drifter. That's cool. That's just a cool name. There's a Glacier here, too. I almost missed that. Well, I think Glacier's probably way better than Defrag. Defrag's nice, but Glacier is just a top-tier card. What is my favorite character? So people ask me that a lot, and when they first started asking me, I was like, what do you mean? Do you mean my favorite character to play, or my favorite character in terms of their design aesthetic, or the character with the most interesting cards? I guess what I'm saying is I've come to the point in my streaming career where I've realized I need a better answer to that question, but I've not quite come to the point in my streaming career where I have that better answer ready to go. So I guess usually I'll say Watcher, because Watcher, it's kind of a controversial opinion in the Slay the Spire community to like Watcher. A lot of people don't like Watcher, but I have a lot of fun playing Watcher. I kind of think that the way Watcher is balanced is the way that the other classes should be balanced. Watcher is quite a bit stronger than the other ones, so it feels like you can get wins a little bit more consistently, whereas the other classes are quite difficult to win with at times. But in terms of I don't know. I have things that I like about all the classes, and things that I dislike, so I have complicated feelings. Not easily summarized. I should remember while I'm doing this library pick that I have an Apotheosis in my deck, so if there's a card that has a particularly good upgrade, I should incorporate that card will usually be upgraded. And I think Glacier and Defrag are both in the discussion about which ones are pickable, and Defrag has a tremendous upgrade. Defrag upgrades to be double what it is without being upgraded, so that's nice. But I think the pick is still Glacier. We need a Glacier pretty badly. We've just got a Cold Snap, and we're definitely trying to do focus scaling stuff, so let's take the Glacier. We'll get other copies of Defrag from Creative AI. Alright, these jerks trying to take my money. They're hitting for 22, so reinforced body blocking for 21 with 3 energy seems appropriate. Let's us develop a loop. Just bottle the Apotheosis. Easy. Bottle the Apotheosis is nice, but like you draw through your deck the first time pretty quickly. Like we've only got 23 cards, so we'll draw it in the first 4 turns. It's not really a big deal. Have to wait a little bit. But here it is. And we have enough energy to play all the cards, so we're basically just choosing which one we want to rebound. Probably the Strike. It's pretty time-sensitive fight. We need to get in here and kill these guys before they take all our money and leave. Well, we can kill the one who's attacking, but suddenly it looks like we should kill the other one. Let's try and split the difference. Maybe we'll draw like Zap Biascog. I don't want to split the difference and kill neither, though. Killing neither would be a disaster. How likely are we to not get 14 damage next turn? It's possible. Defend, Creative AI. Zap Cold Snap doesn't do it. It's pretty... You have to do some backflips to not get it. It's only 10 damage, so just Creative AI. Is there a card I haven't managed to make work? Yes. There are actually a couple. So, pressure points. Is it called Recalculate or something? There's a Defect one that lets you trade focus for strength and dex. Pray for Watcher. I think those are the main ones. Alright, so we're gonna do Compile Driver to kill this guy. Well, we can kill him next turn. If we're feeling bold. Okay, so we don't have enough damage to kill Looter. It's not possible anymore. Reprogram, thank you. Because we're doing 18 damage and he escapes. So I guess we will take our Mugger Constellation Prize. Be happy with our 25 block. What a jerk, taking our money. It's funny how they took all my money, but then I have more money than I started the fight with. Blizzard? Surely not Blizzard, right? We have Cold Snap and Glacier, but we don't have like a ridiculous amount of Cold Frost Orbs. Second hologram. If we... There's some shenanigans that can happen that make 2 upgraded holograms infinite block. It's not that uncommon. If we got like a turbo and a... whatchamacallit? All for one. I guess we have to have a madness on a hologram. There's no other way to do it. But madness is pretty available. Hologram, it's just a lot of block though. We've got a lot of block to begin with. I think second hologram's probably a mistake. There's a turbo here. No, I think we're skipping. Okay. Looking for like an echo form or something. Upgrading all strikes and defense is not that good because we have Apotheosis. So maybe we take a card remove. Pressure Point struggles as it's the only mark card, and reprogram would benefit if Defect had more benefit from using it. We may fix some of that with the CCEM mod. For context, Veg, I'm part of a modding group for Spire. Cool. Neat. I don't know. I'm also a game developer. I've considered making some mods. The main mod that I want is I have an exercise channel points reward, and I want a mod that just like before I see a card reward screen, it says like time to do some exercise, which would be super easy to do, but I haven't gotten in there and done it. But I've also thought about like I could just like do a balance patch where I just like change a bunch of cards, but that sounds like a lot more work. I think so. If I was going to do a balance patch, I would change Master Reality to just to proc all mark and add one mark, so it'd be like the noxious fumes of mark, basically. And it would probably need to cost like 2 or 3. Yeah, I've definitely tried it. I've just never like made it work. I have killed the heart with a deck that had pressure points in it, and I did use pressure points against the heart, but the pressure points wasn't like a massive source of damage. It was like it only did like 32 damage or whatever. This is a tough decision. Upgrading strikes and defense is not that good, but what card would I even want to remove? I guess I would just remove a strike. Yeah, alright, let's just remove a strike. Oof, triple cultist. Alright. Your turn, cultists. Bias Cog is really good here. Okay. Endergrim, have you made a game before? Let's see what Lightning Orb wants to do. An expansion mod that contain with new content to all aspects, and the biggest bits is 3 new characters, an alternate Act 3, and Act 4, and alternate boss. Wow, sounds like a lot of content. Let's bite this guy. We're gonna hologram something. We don't need that much help defending. We're already blocking for 13 plus 18. So we're taking like 2 damage. So I think we're just gonna take the strike back. Claw. Okay, I guess I'll just play all the cards, why not? Okay, this is not a cult, the cultist. Glacier rotates the Lightning Orbs to the front, so it hits with loop more. I have not made a game. I have not made a game, not had time nor skill. I'm not a coder. I can read it, but I'm a designer by trade. What design industry are you in? Second rebound, recursion, steam barrier. I think these are all bad. Damage commons and stuff. Not really what we're looking for here. What are we looking for? Like electrodynamics and gosh. Alright, what's none of this? We heal for 21. We lose a little bit of value out of this. We get 19 health rather than 21. But it seems like being at full health for the Mega Elite is pretty important. And we've got some fires coming after this. Also, upgrades don't have a ton of value. Oh, I see. Okay. You should do game jams. My one of my biggest like recommendations to people who want to get into game development or people who like are game developers but want to branch out into new arenas, or even just like people who've been on the same team for a long time and don't really know what software development is like when you don't have like a big legacy backlog, or when you have like a different legacy backlog, is like make a new game. Just like pick a weekend. There's tons of game jams. The big ones are like Ludum Dare and Global Game Jam, and just make a game in a weekend. And like it's going to be horrible, and you're going to need to set like really low expectations, and like cut most of your content. So like most of your stuff is not going in, and you need to like have some ideas, cut them, make a smaller version, and just getting used to that process of like, what if we did all this stuff, and then being like, no, the best thing is this thing, so let's do that one, and then get it done and ship it out by the end of the weekend. Like that's really valuable experience that I highly recommend. Which is sort of a sideways way of saying your mod sounds very ambitious, and unless there's like a lot of really experienced people on your team, I would say that's probably too much. Doing one character really well would be a very exceptional feat, and trying to do 3 new characters is insane. I think we're going to use Gambler's Brew here. I don't really want to play dual cast. Maybe I should play Defend before I brew. If I have to take 8 to develop creative AI, I think I'm willing to do that. Okay. Pick up block anyway. Drew closer to creative AI. It'll be fine. Great timing here on Go for the Eyes. That being said, I certainly don't want to discourage you from trying your hand at game development. It's a lot of fun. I like doing it a lot. I think that you can do it. I think everybody could do it. And I think that more people should try it, because a lot of people care a lot about the games they play. But it is very difficult, so I would encourage you to start small. We're taking 43 damage here, and we are currently blocking for 14, so if we could get 30 more block, that would be nice, but we can't. Okay, cool. I mean, sure. Sounds fun. I don't want to skip creative AI, but I don't want to die either. I think we're going to play creative AI and pay a bunch of health. There's no advantage to playing zero cost stuff with these relics. If we play Zap, we do some AoE damage, or we evoke this orb and we get a frost orb in front, which could help us block later. But maybe we want the lightning orb in front. No, I think I want a frost orb in front. Okay. It's probably the best target for the evoke too. But like having one project that has now been in the works for a long time is not an illustration that you have a lot of experience now. it's evident. It's further evidence that you don't know what you're doing and you've overscoped, right? If it's been in development for 8 months, like you need to rescope to something you can do in 1 month, and then do that thing, and then realize that it takes 6 months to do the thing you think took 1 month, rather than like have it being 9 months in progress and no closer to shipping now than the day you started. Sorry if that's harsh. Buys Cog this turn? No, I think Bias Cog not this turn. We could hologram a Glacier, which blocks out and puts the Lightning Orb back in front. Maybe if we're hologramming a Glacier, we should be playing Bias Cog, because we have the Lightning Orb in front. I really want Creative AI to generate an Electrodynamics. but I can't make that happen. I think what we need to do is like vulnerable pot this Gremlin leader, and then just go for him. Because we've got a lot of damage. But we need to get him. Please, Slave Spire, can I have electrodynamics? It's been really good this year. You killed my other 2 characters today. Uh-oh. That's a lot of damage. We have a reinforced body for 1,000,000. Glacier is hitting for a lot too. Alright, so I think Glacier's happening, and then I probably just reinforce body for the rest. Blocks for 27, plus the 24 we've got is 51, plus 4 is 55. He's hitting for 57, plus 18. So we're still taking like 20 damage. Okay, well, we need every bit of it. Not that one, this one. Alright, the fight's going to be over so fast at this point, whether we win or lose, that Bioscog is not going to have time to miss. I guess I'll do 12 damage to him. Sure. And I'll play my Shrine Learning over Hologram. Get it out of hand. Bioscog saved me? Jeez, 24 times 3 is a lot. We can block for 24 times 1 by blocking for 8 times 3. I think that's enough that we don't die. I guess that's the goal here. Okay, defrag. Got a lot of work for you to do. We're almost there, though. If we could develop an orb, we could dual cast the thing. I guess this is lethal. Yeah, we got there. Okay. Yikes. Took a lot of health, but we got there. We have a lot of sustain, too, so... Seems like it was reasonable. Symbiotic virus. Well, that's really good with the compile driver. Pretty happy to see defrag. I almost took it over the Glacier, and that's saying a lot. I really like Glacier. It's really good with Apotheosis. I think we're resting here despite the Eternal Feather and impending second fire. Maybe that's not true. Maybe we smith? Smith the defrag? No, let's just rest. Resting is responsible. Small chest, big curse key. It's possible we could get rid of the curse in one of these question marks. We do have Omamori as well. I guess we just need to start cracking chests open. Singing Bowl is very nice. Yeah, I kind of dodged the Act 2 elites, which is like painful to say out loud. We only took one of them. But it was the Mega Elite, so... Singing Bowl is so good, we could take that over Sapphire Key. We have a lot of sustain, though, so maybe we're not that sensitive to max HP. And taking Sapphire Key means that we don't have to open a chest next act. One of these question marks could be a curse for power, too. Alright, so now we upgrade the defrag. Defrag needs it really bad. Bioscog needs it too, but Bioscog we might be skipping the first time we see it, which means it always happens after Apotheosis. But defrag we'd like to play the first time we see it. Okay. Oh man, if we take the special relic and then we find like orange pellets or something, we'd be super happy. Or let's see, what's it called? Core Surge, or like Panacea, anything. Transform 2 cards is pretty nice with the Apotheosis, because we can upgrade the 2 cards we get. Yeah, let's just transform 2 cards. If we get Panacea or Core Surge, we're going to want to use it on Bias Cogs anyway. We don't really need the 3 strength. I'm going to do a strike and a defend. We've got a lot of defensive tools with the Frost Orbs. I would like to keep at least some offense guaranteed with the strikes. Recycle Skim. Interesting. We had a run earlier today where we had access to Abacus and what's the name of the other one? Sundial. Abacus and Sundial. And with Recycle Skim, you could make a combo happen. If you get 2 copies of Skim, basically. Okay. I'll just eat all my Omamori, why not? Shuriken. Okay. Well, we don't have very many attacks, so that's weird. I don't know what to think about that. Skim, help me. Charge battery, reinforced body blocks out. We have to skip a loop to do it, but I don't want to take damage, so I'll do it. Glacier Creative Eye seems good. So we need to get Centurion down to like down below Mystic's health before we dual cast the Dark Orb. Which means that we can't play Cold Snap or Zap because they evoke the Dark Orb. But I guess we could just evoke the Dark Orb now for 36. Actually, yeah, so 36 plus 9 is lethal. So that seems good. And then with Cold Snap, we should never take damage again from Centurion. Maybe. I don't know what I'm looking for, but seems like I should go get something. Okay. Is that Defrag plus? Take a loop too, why not? Ooh, okay. Lots of energy stuff happening in the deck now, weirdly. We recycle. And that should be enough to kill her soon, TM. And by soon I mean now. Okay. Do you often cook a Dark Orb on loop, or do you prefer to just fire it off? Yeah, so Dark Orb with loop is really super good, especially when you get it from Symbiotic Virus. I kind of wish that we'd done a Boss Relic swap. One of the best reasons to do Boss Relic swap is for when you get Symbiotic Virus plus loop. And the Lightning Orb is kind of just in the way there. So that's a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, Symbiotic Virus plus a loop is like a win condition for later fights. We're a little bit committed to evoking Frost Orbs as a way to block, and the Dark Orb definitely gets in the way of that. But I think if possible, you'd love to sit a Dark Orb into loop until it's lethal. I think we're skipping all these. These don't seem good. Static Discharge is kind of interesting, but no. Alright, Act 2 Hard Pool Fight. Let's go. Let's try and drop Apotheosis. No. I guess we'll just develop Creative AI. Recycle a Strike first. Double Bias Cog! Exactly what I was looking for. Nuts. I guess if I rebound the Cold Snap, the next turn if I draw Dual Cast, I can play Cold Snap Dual Cast to kill Sentry. And then defend. I guess I'll go ahead and do a Bias Cog. It blocks a little bit. So we can do it here. This hits both now. Neat. We'll rebound the X costs. Block card can buy time. Sure. I've a little bit lost the context of what you were originally saying there, because I think that was a couple turns ago at this point. But that seems reasonable. We have 3 copies of Buffer, so I think we're... Wait, did they upgrade Buffer? Oh no, we only have 2. We have 3 Frails. I don't know, I guess I misread that. I guess I can recycle the creative AI for maximum juju. Doesn't seem necessary. Just recycle the days. Echo Form is fun. I don't know what I'm doing. Echo Form will save me at some point, right? Double bias cog. Glacier puts the lightning orb in the front. Lightning orb kills him in a couple turns. Is that a plan? Do we have a plan? Cool, we have a plan. Second Reinforced Body seems great. It's one of the best cards in the deck already. One of the best cards in the game. We have a Charge Battery and a Recycle. Recycle looks a little bit weak, but when you Apotheosis it, it costs 0, which is absolutely insane. We also have Creative AI generating us a bunch of expensive powers that we can recycle. So having another Reinforced Body seems super good. I guess the downside is that the deck is already super defensive, and we have a Shuriken now. So maybe we should be trying to pick attacks like Beam Cell. I'm not really sold. Super Reinforced Body. Okay. Upgrading something. It sucks to skip Creative AI, so let's upgrade Creative AI. Everything else should get upgraded by the Apotheosis eventually. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and dual cast the Lightning Orb, just put the Dark Orb in front. And then hopefully we get Loop next turn or something. Apotheosis. These two are going to take my cards. So the first one is going to take either Creative AI or Bias Cog, and the second one's going to take the other one, which is a complete nightmare. So let's try and assassinate this one. We didn't draw either of the expensive cards, so they're both going to get taken. Crap. Start working on his artifact charges just in case. Alright, you can have the Bias Cog. I need the Creative AI back. Let's try and draw some damage. Okay. I guess Defrag and Loop need to get played. And then Defend. Sure. Dual cast kills this Orbling and does a bunch of damage to him. Seems like we probably want to wait until both Orblings are dead and then use the Dark Orb on the Automaton. Maybe that's crazy. Let's skim first and see what the options are. Reinforced Body does a lot of blocking this turn. We can also recycle something to make it bigger. It is currently 9 times 4, which is 36. He's hitting for 24 plus 16, which is 40. 36 plus 4 is also 40, so we block perfectly. Let's go ahead and throw the rebound on this guy, and then we'll rebound the Reinforced Body. And then, in order to block out completely, we will recycle a Defend so we can play the Charge Battery. Okay. Compile Driver draws 3 cards, hopefully kills him. So now we're killing him, playing Creative AI, and then we're starting to work down this guy. I guess he's hitting us for 8. We don't care about that. Care about the strength, I guess. We did not get the Go for the Eyes active in time, so we can't block with that. We can block with Reinforced Body, which is enough to survive. Do we play Defrag first? Helps us get more block for next time to stack up the Dark Orb faster. That Dark Orb needs to hit like 150 if that's going to be our win condition. And we're not really that close to 150 right now. I guess it costs me 9 health to develop Defrag. Am I willing to pay 9 health? I think I am. Okay, but we need to kill that orb quickly. He's attacking again next turn, so we could rebound the Reinforced Body again. Hello World gets us damage, and we need damage. And we'll play Charge Battery before we rebound the Reinforced Body. Okay. So we got an extra energy next turn. Getting close on that 150. We're almost there. We basically just need to kill this Orbling. We can't use Cold Snap because that evokes. Go for the Eyes. Still doesn't quite work. We'll just recycle a second Hello World. That's too many. And then block for 54. Seems like plenty. I think we can afford a strike in here too. Streamline will do it. And then like Skim and Compile Driver to look for dual cast, because this is enough now. I guess Compile Driver almost does it by itself, so we don't really need the Streamline. He's got the Bias cog. The dual cast is upgraded, so we can play like Bias cog and then Skim to look for it. Didn't get it. Drat. Alright, I think we're getting it next turn though. We draw 5 cards, so we're pretty likely to get it. And it should be super lethal, so. Yep. There we go. That wasn't too bad. It was a little bit rough to not be able to use Frost Orbs to block there, but got through it. Alright, how much damage was that? That was like over 500 damage. Double loop and 7 focus, that'll do it. Yeah, how much damage per turn is that when you have 7 focus, double loop? So the Dark Orb naturally accrues at how much per turn? Is it like 6 per turn? It's either 6 or 8. So let's assume it's 6. So it procs at 13 per proc. And it gets 1 natural proc per turn, and then 2 loop procs. So it's getting 13 times 3 per turn. So it's like 39, but then we're dual casting it, so it's gaining like 78 damage a turn. It's a lot of damage. We can take a backup Creative AI for if we don't find the first one soon enough. Hyper Beam. Honestly, Hyper Beam is not terrible here. The deck has some problems early on. And Hyper Beam helps us get some AoE. If Hyper Beam was offered as the Act 1 reward here, I'd be more on board. But Hyper Beam is definitely a strategy you can use, particularly with a Shuriken, right? Like, play a bunch of 0-cost attacks, play a Hyper Beam. None of that stuff needs focus, so Hyper Beam's fine. Yeah, I think I'll take a backup Creative AI. Is this stupid? 25th card of a deck. What are we doing against Awakened One? I think against Awakened One we just like Apotheosis and play like a defrag and then block them with Frost Orbs. Yeah, Orange Plus would be nice. Right. There's an Inserter. Inserter seems insane. We have Curse Key, so we're not desperate for Energy Relics. Fusion Hammer's fine though. We could take Fusion Hammer because we have Apotheosis Plus. Like, we don't care about upgrades really at all. We also need a recall in Act 3. But Inserter's nuts, right? Would I pick Recursion in Act 3? We do have a big-ass Dark Orb now. I think I skipped a Recursion recently, but I'm not sure if it was before or after the Symbiotic Virus. It seems more reasonable. I've definitely won with Reprogram. I've won with, like, Reprogram, Necronomicon, and, like, a zero focus deck. I still haven't won with Reprogram. It just scales so slowly. Like, I die most of the time when I get Kunai, because when I get Kunai, I'm like, yes, yes, I'll use Kunai to block. And then I, like, lose a bunch of health in hallway fights and die to the Act 2 boss, and I'm like, oh, right. That's what happens. Sometimes I die to the heart. But Reprogram is, like, way slower than Kunai, so, like, you get 1 per shuffle. Or if you pick, like, 7 reprograms somehow, you get 7. Yeah, let's grab Inserter. Inserter seems really great, especially it relieves our orb pressure a little bit from Symbiotic Virus, so we can, like, evoke some Frost Orbs, or we can play for some Frost Orbs behind the Dark Orb with the Inserter in a long fight. It's Doni Deca. Alright, so we've already done our Mega Elite. We still need to fight more Elites. We're not ready for Act 4 yet, not by a long shot. So getting more relics would make us more ready. I kind of like this route with this Elite and that Elite and a late shop. Late Act 3 shops are, like, kind of a blessing and a curse, because it's like, you get to use all your money before the Act 3 bosses, but then you're forced into a shop in Act 4 that doesn't really do anything. But honestly, like, in the Act 4 shop, most of the time you just want to buy potions anyway. So it's not really that bad. If we want to go to an earlier shop, there's this one and that one. It'd probably be like these 3 fights, 2 question marks, and then this route. Gets you 2 elites in the act. Not that impressive. Yeah, I like the right route. Let's do that. Question marks. We get to choose question marks second or question marks first. You usually want to choose question marks first so that you can get stuff and then use it to win the hallway fights. I think that's true here as well. Although sometimes the question marks hurt you. Go for the ice blocks a little bit. Reinforced bodies can block for 7. I think we're just going to creative AI. Okay. Buffer is great in this fight. I wish I could play Buffer, Glacier, and Loop, but I can't. Let's see, this blocks for 11. Yeah, I don't want to take 10, so we're playing Buffer. I guess we can skip Glacier. For Loop Zap. Bioscog seems good. Bioscog dual cast puts us in a position where the Dark Orb is in front, and Loop is ticking. And Charge Rider and Defender getting played to block. And then it's Hello World versus Strike. Anything that evokes the orb wins next turn. And Hello World sometimes gets us something that generates orbs, so we'll go for that. Oh great, a capacitor, just what we needed. We can recycle the burn. That's cute. We don't do enough damage, we're gonna die. Not to this fight, but soon. We're in danger. If we play a second creative ad, we can get electrodynamics, which could help us evoke the orb. Where's that hologram now? I would love to hologram back Dualcast right now. Okay. Maybe we get another buffer. Compile Driver draws 3 cards, so we could theoretically draw Dualcast, 3, 6, 8 cards in hand, so that's safe-ish. Barrage does 12. Let's see, when Barrage is upgraded, it does 18. Can we, like, kill him with Apotheosis, Barrage, double defrag or something stupid? So Barrage does 18, then we do 5 at the end of the turn, that's 23. Yep, we can. Okay. Capacitor, we just took a inserter, so we don't super need capacitor anymore. I literally asked for that for hologram by name in the last fight, so maybe I should just take another one, but it's not really super good, and we already do have one. Cold Snap is an extra Frost Orb. No, I think we're done. I think we'll skip this. We have used up our Omamori. Also, getting Ominous Forge is not super valuable right now because we have the Apotheosis, so we'll just upgrade a card. I guess we upgrade the backup creative AI. Sure. Alright, Orblings. Or Darklings, rather. Alright, so I think the plan here is to kill one of them, use the Dark Orb to kill the other two. And we'll have to time that up with when we get Hologram. Hologram is way early, but we could use Hologram. We could use the Dark Orb just to kill the one who's attacking us for a bunch, which has some merits given that we can't really block. This blocks for 27, 29 total. 18 plus 15 is 34. Yeah, that's too much damage. Alright, so we're gonna need Creative AI to get us set up enough that we can win this fight. Here's Creative AI, as if invoked by name. Okay. Block out this turn, got some focus. Glacier's pretty huge. Oh, I should have rebounded the Glacier. It's a mistake. I think we need the Bias Cog to survive 26. Let's see, we're currently blocking for 22. So we're taking 4. Maybe we just give him the skill pot to block for 4. Sure. Felt kind of wasteful. Okay, stack is at its maximum power. So it should be able to block most of the damage before we compile driver. Okay. And it seems like we're pretty well set up. Got a lot of Frost Orbs. This is really the first fight in the game. There we go, there's a solution. I guess that's how we win. This is really the first fight in the game where we've had the combo that we're trying to do, just like Frost Orbs and stuff. Frost Orbs and Powers. Currently hitting for 18, so I think we're winning here. Alright, lost a little bit of health to that fight. Tempest Plus is pretty interesting. We don't have much damage, and Tempest Plus is definitely a way to get a bunch of damage suddenly. Do we have enough Frost Orbs to, like, come back from a Tempest, though? We already have 2 X-Cost cards. So Tempest is going to be awkward when it's in the same hand as those. Oh, wait, did we not? Oh, yeah, we do. We have 2, yeah. Okay. Creative AI defrag is a great way to start. We probably want Tempest to make 3 orbs, which means we need to cast it with 2 energy. Which is not possible to do wall blocking. I guess we just reinforce body for 4, block for 20. Okay. We're still taking 10, so need to find that apotheosis. Thing's important. Okay. Well, Glacier Dual Cast at least puts us in a position where Dark Orb's in front. There's the apotheosis. And then we can, like, hologram a Glacier. Is that good enough? Glacier's only going to block for, like, 5 plus the 8. So blocks for 13 plus 6 is... or plus 3 is... 16 plus 8 is 20-something. Yeah, okay, that'll work. Buffer's super good. And I think we'll play Bioscog too. Once we evoke that Dark Orb, I think we're in good shape. Alright, 40 is getting blocked by the buffer. But dual cast is a little early. Guess we can wait on the hologram to go fetch it. But here's the loop. Okay. We could hologram to go get the dual cast. That's a generated hologram, but we're still going to draw one. It's only 160 damage now, so we need to wait a little bit longer. We can't play double Cold Snap, because it would evoke the Frost Orb, but we probably want to play single Cold Snap. So I guess we play double Machine Learning first. And then recycle some of the stuff we're not using. Play Cold Snap. Get an extra creative AI. Find more buffers. Um, 120, so I think it'll be lethal with the compile driver. So we'll go dual cast now. It doesn't matter. Cool. Consume with Inserter seems great. Yeah, okay. Kind of a different deck all of a sudden. I wish I'd taken that capacitor a couple floors ago. Match and keep. Do I want a compile driver? I'll take one if it comes up. Thunderstrike. I do not want to zap. Yeah, I would have gotten one too. Voluntary rip and tear opportunity. We have a shuriken. I feel like that's really what the deck's trying to do. Alright. Skip them all. Elite before fire, we're only at 20. Seems kind of irresponsible. But we need to fight some elites or else we're going to lose in Act 4. So let's go for it. Giant head. Probably the best case scenario. Maybe Nemesis was better. We could have played the Ascender's Vein for a slow proc, I guess. Glacier puts the Dark Orb in front. I guess we want to compile driver first. Oops, now I have to recycle something to play the Glacier. And dual cast is too early, as per usual. We've got a strength proc, so that's neat. Capacitor consume, it's happening. And get the loop in there too, why not? Zap, I think, is a mistake. So I'm not going to do that. We're scaling up pretty quickly. I like the way this is looking. Bias Cause seems like a good idea. Hologram's too early for, whatchamacallit, dual cast. Second bias card? Yeah, I think we win that over the long term. I want to play Electrodynamics Cold Snap to get an extra slow proc for the Cold Snap, but then I would evoke my Dark Orb on accident, so that's a mistake. Narrowly avoided. I can't play the Tempest either for the same reason. Two Electrodynamics, you're killing me. Just reinforced body blocks out, so that's fine. I guess I'll play Zap here so that Compile Driver draws an extra card. Aha, we can recycle an Electrodynamics. Excellent. Mostly useful for getting rid of an Electrodynamics. Get a Strength proc. Surprisingly, this deck is surprisingly good at getting Strength procs. We have a lot of card draw, so I guess it ends up happening. Capacitor loop. We're actually there. We have lethal. Oh, I thought we had, oh, we do have dual cast. Okay, good. Cool. 400 damage Dark Orb. I'll take it. We have White Beast Statue Toy Ornithopter. That's quite a combo. A lot of healing. All right, we've got a combo now, so we don't. Now that we have consume, we shouldn't be picking up random damage cards anymore. These are all random damage cards. Recalling and resting both seem appealing. We're going to be forced into an elite here in a second, so I guess we'll rest and then recall at the last minute. Ideally. Just don't want to die to either class. I guess I'll weaken him. Seems sensible enough. Still take one. But with the insane marginal healing per floor, with Toy Ornithopter, White Beast Statue, Eternal Feather, Blood Vial, I think we're probably getting there. Okay. Just blocking here. Extended the weak a little bit. Strike neither hurts nor helps. Oh wait, it does help because we get a strength. Oh wait, no, we can't do that because of the Dark Orb. Do we care about the Dark Orb? Maybe we're trying to kill him with strength. I think we care about the Dark Orb. Okay. Apotheosis consume hologram something? So we're blocked for 10. This blocks for 15, so we could go get something that costs 1 in blocks. Like just defend, I guess. There's the loop. Reinforced body blocks for 27 if we give it 3 energy. Seems like enough. Actually, is it enough if we just block for 18? If these block for 14? 18 plus 14 is greater than 30. So that seems fine. Sure. Wait, what? That gave me 3 energy? I didn't know that was how that worked. So if you consume an X... If you recycle an X cost card... Oh wait, does it just double your energy if you do that? Huh. Recycling an X cost card doubles your energy. That's wild. It makes sense, I guess, because the X is currently 3, so it gives you the current value. I assumed it was going to do 0. Well, I guess now I'll skim. Now that I've got 1,000,000 energy. I don't want to compile driver because that's like the only way I can possibly get cursed in the fight. Otherwise we're winning next turn. Alright, hologram wins. So I will play the card that wins. Alright, we have to keep playing at least 1 potion per fight. Do we have like darkness? We don't have a recursion, so we can't recur the same Dark Orb, but we could just make a new one. No, I don't think that's correct. We can't win the heart fight with a Dark Orb unless we get recursion. And have like a super reliable recursion. But I don't think darkness is really helping in the heart fight anyway. This is a skip with Kirsty. Our Omamori is used up, although we could use Blue Candle, but we don't need relics that badly. Triple Jawworm can be a very lethal fight. Need to pay some attention here. We have Loop Dual Cast to get us started on the right foot here. And then Cold Snap Tempest evokes enough orbs, or evokes, fills up my orb slots for whatever that's worth. Maybe I just like, Alright, fine. Taking some damage. Maybe I should have just played the hologram just for the... Is it 5 health unupgraded, or is it 3? Yeah, it's just 3. Not much. Reinforced body blocked for 28 here. I guess we would charge battery first, so we'd be like, it still blocks for 28. So we'd end up taking 9. Okay. Let's use this explosive pot. Actually, I'll use it on a turn when there's less block up, because most of them get blocked right now. Where's that dual cast? Is it in the graveyard? It is. So we need to find a hologram so that we can dual cast that Frost Orb because that's ready to start killing people. Apotheosis Skim draws a bunch of cards. None of them are hologram. He's still at 25. Can we kill him from 25? We can do 18, 22. Not quite. Okay, I guess we're just weakening someone. You do the most damage. And then reinforced bodying for a bunch. 36 is not most of the damage. Or I guess it is, it's most of the damage, technically. So the front two are doing 34. We're doing 50 total. So I take 12. I could Liquid Memories for Cold Snap to block for 2. Liquid Memories for Consume, which blocks for 3 also. I could Liquid Memories for Hologram and then dual cast Frost Dark Orb, killing 2 of them. Seems like a good outcome. It's kind of a waste of a Liquid Memories, but we need to get out of this fight without losing too much health, so... it doesn't really matter if we take the Hologram or the dual cast, so I'll just take the dual cast. Okay. We gotta kill this guy the old-fashioned way, no Dark Orbs. I guess I'll recycle one creative AI to play the other one, sure. Why not? Alright, Cool Head gives us an extra Frost Orb. Steam Barrier is probably bad. Darkness I skipped before. Do we need an extra Frost Orb? Extra Frost Orb interferes with the operation of Dark Orbs a little bit. So I'm not crazy about it. I think we're going to skip that. Okay. Reptomancer. It's a Snake Lady. Run. Apotheosis Glacier puts Dark Orb in front and mostly blocks out. Defrag finishes blocking out. Loop makes the Dark Orb go more. I don't know how we're killing the daggers, but if we can kill the daggers, we could kill the Reptomancer with a little Dark Orb. I think we just dual cast it now. We like double strike this one to death, and then dual cast killing these 2. That seems like a fine idea. Still taking a bunch of damage, but not lethal. We're gonna need to kill that dagger, so rebound. Go for that. Let's see, how much is that off by? Does 16 damage, so we could flex pot and then it'd be lethal. But then we're using Go for the Eyes on Reptomancer. Or we're missing Go for the Eyes on Reptomancer, and we're gonna need that to survive too. Actually, we're currently blocking for 28. She's only hitting for 32, so we can just defend that. Okay. I guess we can hologram, same way as defend if there's anything useful in here. Hologram as zap. Okay. He is not attacking this time. A wise choice, Snake Lady. What about like Bias Cog Tempest for a bunch? Sounds fun. So these would go up to doing 13 damage, and then we would Tempest for 5 orbs, so we'd end up full of lightning orbs, and we'd evoke 2. So the evokes would do 18 damage, so we're doing 2 of those for 36 damage, and then we're leaving 4 up for 13 times 4, which is 42. 18 plus 42 is 60. I think that puts us in pretty good situation to kill her next turn. We also have loop going, so we'll get some extras at the beginning of the turn. Oof, they split. That's gross. That's not what you want. Alright, so we can kill you. And I guess we would just be damaging you. Well, wait. The orbs are most likely to kill him at the end of the turn, so we'll just trigger Reptomancer. And then develop another Creative Eye and Defect. I think this probably doesn't die. Alright, well, not by much. Yeah, let's test the recycle on an X cost card hypothesis. So this should take me up to 8 energy. Yep. 8. Bronze Scales is good for the heart. The heart fight, not good for your heart. Second recycle actually seems really good. Recycle is doing some kind of nuts stuff in the deck. If we've got a bunch of X cost cards and powers from Creative AI, eventually statuses from bosses and stuff. Loop is good too, though. But I think I'll take a recycle. All right, what do you got for me, Shopkeeper? A bunch of stuff. That's what he's got. These potions are all worth 5 health because of Ornithopter. 5 health is pretty good. Marbles is kind of nice for peeling artifact charges. I guess we don't care about artifact charges, never mind. Excuse me. Do we take Turbo now that we have 2 copies of whatever it's called, Recycle, and a bunch of X-Cost stuff? So that we can, like, Turbo, exhaust an X-Cost thing, go up to, like, 16 energy, and then make 16 Lightning Orbs? I don't know if that's really helpful enough. Capacitor seems helpful. Let's just do, like, Capacitor card remove by a potion and, like, a oddly smooth stone or something. So Capacitor card remove costs 163. So we'd have 197 left. So we can't quite afford potion and oddly smooth stone. So I think I'll just do an oddly smooth stone. I think that's probably worth more than 5 health over the course of the run. And then a hologram, I guess. Yeah, strike. Oh, we can't afford that. 29 left. Okay. We can duplicate a card. Do we want to do that? We usually want to do that. It's usually really good. I think we duplicate the Consume. Consume seems like the beating heart of the deck now. Okay. Hope we take no damage in this hallway fight, because we need to whatchamacallit? We need to recall at the next floor. There's no advantage to doing any of these, right? I guess I'll hologram a strike. Uh-oh. Did we just die? I guess we have 5 extra health, so we're at 21. We block for 9. So we die exactly. Cool. Well, that's gross. Darn. None of these draw cards. Yep. None of these draw cards. Man. I did not see that coming. Just randomly dying to Spire Growth. Okay. Well, that was anticlimactic. I guess we took too much damage to a Reptomancer. This was definitely a game of misdirection. There was a lot of different things we were trying to do. Thanks for the follow, Uka Beska? Uka Beska? Appreciate the support. Yeah, so this deck was weird. Very weird deck. A lot of damage commons early. Just sort of like basic stuff. We got excited about a bias cog for a second. Never saw a Core Surge or a Panacea. And then we were like, okay, we're way behind on upgrades. Let's take an Apotheosis. Apotheosis did a lot of really good stuff. And we kind of muddled through doing creative AI stuff. Lost a bunch of health. We were pretty comfortable losing health because of the all the sustain we had. This was really a run built on sustain. Toy Ornithopter, Eternal Feather, Blood Vial. So we're going to all the campsites. Maybe we should have expanded the size of the deck more aggressively for Eternal Feather. I said no to quite a few card picks. Being up to 30 would not be unreasonable now. And it could have gotten us a little bit of extra health. Although campsites were not super plentiful here at the end. Pretty weird one. We ended up getting a Shuriken that we were way too late to lean into. Inserter Consume was the theme there at the end, but with a couple of side plans. We had like recycle on X cost stuff. We were just trying to roll with whatever creative AI gave us. A lot of Frost Orbs from the Glacier and the Cold Snap. But then on top of all that, most of our kills were just from getting a lot of focus and a loop and the Dark Orb from Symbiotic Virus. So it's like there were just a million plans here. And I kind of like decks that have a million plans because then you can figure out whichever way you want to win any individual fight. And I think the like eventual plan was to like use the Dark Orb to solve a lot of the problems, and for the problems that can't be solved with Dark Orb, like scale into solutions with Consume and Creative AI. We didn't have any opportunity to scale into a solution to Spire Growth because we walked into the fight with 18 health and pretty much died immediately. Orange Pellets would have been really useful. If we would have had Orange Pellets, we would have been able to purge the debuff here, as well as innumerable other debuffs over the course of the run. Orange Pellets tends to be really good in these kind of decks because you have Creative AI, and generally the most constrained resource that Orange Pellets consumes is the power, which Creative AI relieves the pressure on. I would have liked to see this deck in Act 4. I think it would have been really fun to have 2 recycles and like expensive cards from Creative AI and a bunch of card draw. Card draw is also something the deck was doing. I guess it was only the compile driver. Huh. No, we had a skim too. Yeah, there was the skim. Compile driver skim. Apotheosis makes the skim feel a lot stronger than it is. Weird one.